as Ilyas mentioned, I will introduce you our specific innovative digital tool created by our Center for detailed monitoring and evaluation of the projects included in state programs. The module named as Project Management Modules, and our presentation name is Project Management Modules Implementation in Monitoring and Evaluation Process of State Programs. As you know, monitoring and evaluation are separately different processes. The monitoring process is implemented through the process, and for example, yearly based, quarterly based. We are implementing the process in our monitoring, in our state programs monitoring, and evaluation is implemented in the middle and or at the end of the project or programs as well. Our model is also divided into two phases. The first phase is monitoring on the project management model. The workflow is like our general monitoring process, which is regulated by the presidential decree called as the preparation, implementation, monitoring and evaluation rules for state programs of Azerbaycan Republic. In the first phase, we are defining the projects included in state programs, and of course, the defined projects is agreed with executive bodies as well. In the second phase, our executing bodies submitted the required information, project-related data, about which I will continue during my presentation. And then required data submitted to our monitoring and evaluation portal in accordance with the reporting format prepared by our center. In the third phase, the monitoring authority conducts an initial review based on the preliminary data provided. And after that, discussions are held on the initial monitoring results with the participation of the coordinating parties, the main and other executive bodies, and representative of the monitoring group as well. In the fifth phase, monitoring and evaluation final report is monitoring team is preparing final report based on the feedbacks and proposals presented during the discussions. And as Sevinç mentioned, we are preparing recommendations for much more effective execution of the projects as well. And we are submitting it to the head of monitoring group for verifying our results. And the relevant instructions are issued by the Economic Council based on the discussion of the final report concerning the implementation of the planned measures. And the final status of the implementation of planned measures is reported to the President of Azerbaijan Republic twice a year by the Cabinet of Ministers. And the second phase of our project management model is evaluation process. As I mentioned before, evaluation is not implemented through the process. It's implemented in 2 or 3 times into the overall process. And our evaluation process, as Sevinç mentioned, is based on internationally recognized OECD DAC criteria, which are effectiveness, efficiency, relevance, sustainability, and impact. It's very important to see comparably all of these measures at the end of the process. That's why maybe the project is much more effective, is implemented in effective way, but it couldn't be efficient. And as you know, most of the state programs is funded by the state budget or some other third party. It's important to see efficiency, sustainability, and after all, impact the projects and overall programs as well. Let me introduce you our project management model on the sample project through our real-time portal. Due to some confidentiality issues, maybe Sevinç couldn't open for example, our AI chatbot, and maybe some of your questions could be open. But we have sample project for demonstrating for you. It's a digital portal for Böyük Qayıdış Qovaz, which is the monitoring and evaluation portal of first state program for great return to liberated territories of Azerbaijan. And you can see the project management model here. We are, as I mentioned before, our monitoring process through the model is based on quarterly. And let's see the final, the fourth quarter's results of 2025. And let me choose our sample project. The project is the construction of the second residency in Ardam city of Azerbaijan. And let me enter that project. In this part, you can see the overall project information for the specific project. You can see the project's priority, activity direction, measure, and project name. Priorities, activity direction, and measures comes from the state program. Officially verified, officially confirmed state program, and the project of course as well. In the second part, you can see the explanation of the project's main purpose, the main executive body, the area, implemented area, the execution period, for example, 2022 and 2026 are the execution period for this project. And we are tracking physical and financial progress for separately projects and overall programs, as I mentioned before in my speech. You can see the three parts of data required from the executive bodies we are accepting through the portal. The first part is about physical progress of the project. In project management module, we are dividing the projects into three phases. The first phase is planning and preparation phase, in which we are seeing the preparation of project charters, project management plans, the regulatory permissions, procurement, maybe agreements. Of course, funding in this phase is, closed. The second phase is execution process. If the project is in execution phase, it means the project is already started to be implemented. And the last phase is closing phase. Of course, the closing phase has some specific requirements as well. For example, the closing lessons learned, or some officially documents for supporting the closing phase. If we don't have these documents, we cannot accept that the project is completed overall. In this phase, you can see the physical progress of the sample project. For example, the project is in execution phase and it's implemented 83% of the overall plan. And you can see works done here, and you can see challenge faced here. This data is reported by the executive bodies, by the way. And the project has not already closed, been completed. In the second phase, you can see the financial progress of this project. The main funding source is state budget. In most of the projects in Great Return State Program, the main funding source is state budget. And you can see the financial execution in this phase. For example, overall value of the overall budget of the project, planned budget, utilized budget, or demanded budget for the next years. And of course, we have supporting documents for physical progress and financial progress submitted by the executive bodies as well. And we have risk information about specific projects and of course the overall programs in this model by implementing of this model. Our risk information is divided into risk categories, the explanation of the risks, impact of the risk on schedule and cost, as well, and probability of the risk. You can see, for example, We have some procurement risks in this, how to say, project. The risks impact on schedule is, for example, 90 days, and probability of the risk is medium. And of course, during Sevinç Hanım's presentation, you have seen that based on these overall data and specific data about projects, we are conducting the overall reporting, infographics, reports, how to say, based on this data, specific data. We have, for example, in this reporting period, we have 800 projects in first grade return state program, which means we have a big data about the 800 projects in this state program. And of course, we are conducting reports, we are conducting specific projects reports and overall programs. We are tracking the physical and financial progress of the program as well, overall program as well. Maybe it's all from my side. I'm open for your questions.